celebrate a rather small railroad station built by the Eastern Railroad in 1870. The station was restored in the 1980s and brought to this site in 2005. Let's wave a magic wand and see what it was like in 1880. Famous for being the carriage centre of the USA, but it was also the hat centre of the USA, as borne witness in this picture. But why is it called Salisbury Point? Well, originally Salisbury stretched far to the west, and West Parish used to be part of Salisbury, but it became part of Amesbury in 1886. And here we've arrived at platform 19½ in Wardour Street, a very fine place for dogs to exercise their humans and to go on walks down the Riverwalk. The Riverwalk extends 1.2 miles eastwards from here to where Rocky Hill Road crosses the Riverwalk right by Stop and Shop, and this is in fact where the station was until it ceased operation for the Boston and Maine in 1936. If you look past the crossbuck, you'll see the fine riverside views of the Powwow River. And here, if you visit us on a day we're open, you'll be able to see our flashing crossbuck. The outside of the station has been restored to be as it would have been in 1880. In the inside we have our store, and we also have a mini museum where you can see lamps and other artefacts. There's a variety of maps and books and pictures that are available, and the pictures form the beginning of the display you'll see in the main museum. In the same way that the models you see here are a prelude to the multitude of models in the main museum. We also have interesting artefacts like old telephones and a checklist machine. Do you fancy some gum? 50 yards back up the street between two big mill buildings is a loading bay, and this is the entrance to the museum and archive. When you get into the museum, the first thing you see will be a familiar picture. This picture is the lead-in to our picture gallery. Around the walls of the museum are about 80 framed prints, and these range in date from 1880 onward through probably 1950, and they reflect the local area being Amesbury, Salisbury and Newburyport. Tucked in on the left is our library, where there are some 400 train videos, probably 300 train books and a computer for research. At the far end of the building is the end of the gallery, where we also have a wonderful freight locomotive which is about 6 foot long. For many people the most exciting area is the operating layouts, where you can actually drive one of 6 different model railway layouts yourself. We have a mixture of gauges, we have O, G, N, S, and members and visitors are encouraged to bring any models they have down and try them out on our tracks. We also have a Thomas the Tank layout for our junior visitors, and any 2 juniors can drive Thomas at one time. We have a train store where we sell train goodies, mostly Boston and Maine. You can get t-shirts, hats, maps, mats, mugs, and a fine range of specially commissioned cars, and of course whistles. The children love the whistles, not sure about the parents. What is this sudden bright white wall in the middle of our subterranean basement? It's the Hat Museum, but in winter the hats are put away to protect them. So what you'll see in a moment is the museum open at our last December train show.
For the hats or the trains?
You can get details of opening times from the web address at the end of this video. Back in the land of trains you can find more artefacts and boxes upon boxes of documents and photographs. We'd love for you to visit us and explore these goodies yourself, but how do you find us? Well, the first thing to do is find Market Square in the middle of Amesbury, which is between Elm and Maine. Going from Maine, you turn right toward Elm, and you're going to follow down a hill for a very short distance, about 20 yards, and then you're going to turn right immediately into Wardour Street. And from the top of Wardour Street you can look down, and at the end of the block on the left is the car park. Opposite that is the archive building, and down the bottom you can see the station, and this is the view of the station from the bottom of the car park area. The building on the left of the Riverwalk is the Carriage Museum, which in 2006 was being renovated. So do come and visit us. See the connection between the hats and the trains, and see some ghost trains. Pore over the maps. Drive a few trains while you are here. The best source for up-to-date information is our website, which you can get the details on the screen now. We're really looking forward to seeing you. You can find out about the terrible railroad crash and also about the ghost trains that used to run out of Amesbury and every night at about midnight.